Hello and welcome back to another episode of TWIG. This week there's quite a lot of exciting things to talk about, including the new Season 2 prestige items. Let's get into the video. So, as always, I'll start by putting the changelogs for this week's update on the screen now, so you can pause the video and read them if you want. So, the new items in the shop this week are the epic The One and Only title, the rare Pizza Pixel Art, the rare Fishbowl Core, the uncommon Plank Gravestone, the rare Foxtail Avatar, and the legendary Lord Shell Avatar. So the first update or change or whatever I'm gonna talk about this week is probably one of the biggest, most important changes this week. And that is new icons have been added. You might be wondering what do I mean by icons have been added. But basically, in the chat when someone dies, instead of coming up with the normal death message, it'll have like a little picture in there, and basically it sort of lets you know how that person died. If they were shot with a bow, then it'll have a little bow, and if they were killed by a sword, it'll have a little sword, and I think it displays exactly which type of sword they were killed by. That's pretty cool. I think the reason they've done it is if there's any language barriers or anything, if you speak a language that isn't supported by Galaxite, you can tell. Also, the little icons are they're used for the damage reduction you've got. So in Chronos, the tier 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, it's all color coded. So it doesn't have a number next to it. It just has the color for the same colors that are used for everything else in Chronos. The uncommon will be green, the epic will be purple. That's tier 2 and tier 4. I think that's pretty cool. It means you can see what tier armor someone's got from further away. You don't have to get close and see the number. But it can take a bit of getting used to for the colors. But once I'd realized, oh yeah, it's just the same colors as everything else in Chronos, that was sort of fine. But in planets or core wars, whatever you want to call it, the damage reduction colors are a bit different because there's only 3 different tiers of damage reduction. Tier 1 is green, tier 2 is purple, and tier 3 is orange. It took me a bit of figuring out, but yeah, now I know. It's pretty easy to tell. They're not the only things that there's icons for. You'll see at the top of the screen right now, for the kills and the amount of players left, it's different icons. And yeah, there's different icons for a bunch of things. It makes the game feel a bit different, more unique, I guess. But yeah, it's pretty cool. It also means you can tell how many hearts and how much armor and stuff people have from further away. I think that's pretty cool. So now I'll go through a bunch of the changes to Chronos. The first thing, added new icons. I've already mentioned that. Next thing, now you can glide away from your teammate in doubles. At the start of the game, you used to have to land with your teammate. One person would be randomly selected, and they would choose where your team could land. Now you can land separately. I think that's probably a good change because I played quite a bit with just random teammates, and they would just sort of land in the middle of nowhere where there's no loot. And I would sort of just be stuck there with no loot. So yeah, now you can land wherever you want in doubles, away from your teammate, get loot in different places, I guess. But yeah, I think that's a really good change. Now I'll go through a few of the bug fixes. I won't go through them all because that'll take too long, but I'll go through the ones that I think are important, or ones that I've sort of experienced before. The first thing, they've fixed some instances where teammate icons wouldn't disappear from the map when they died. I had that bug a few times, but I was I didn't know are they alive still? Are they dead? I don't know. But yeah, that's been fixed. And also there was a bug where sometimes like the time warps wouldn't, like, they would just disappear. I had that a couple of times, but yeah, it's great that's been fixed, because time warps are supposed to be like really good loot. It's like great if you find one, but yeah, if it just disappears, that's really stupid. But yeah, so it's great that bug has been fixed. So yeah. So the next thing I'm going to talk about, like, isn't like specifically to do with Galaxite, but it does still have like a big impact on Galaxite, and that is that now PlayStation players can play on like servers, because before, if you had Bedrock Edition on PlayStation, you weren't able to play on any servers, and yeah, but now you can, and like the player counts on a lot of the Bedrock Edition servers have gone like way higher. Like on Galaxite, that there's a lot more players on Galaxite. So yeah, if you were wondering, oh, why is there like way more people playing? That's probably why, the new PlayStation players. So yeah, I think that's really cool. It means that more people can play on like Bedrock Edition servers like Galaxite. And I think it's gonna like be great for Galaxite getting more players on, because I think that's sort of what it needs. Because I think Galaxite is a great server, but a lot of people don't really play on it because they don't really, like, they're sort of used to playing on like all of the servers that were playing before Galaxite came out. So yeah, I think all of these fresh new players from PlayStation that haven't really played on any servers before, I think if they try Galaxite, yeah, I think it's going to be like great for Galaxite, all of these new PlayStation players. So now it's time for probably the most exciting addition this week. Yeah, and that is the new like prestige avatars. Yeah, so like last season there was like 5 different prestige items, like different variations of the Dragon Tamer. So yeah, this season there's 2 different like prestige like variants, and there's like 6 different versions of each one. So there's 6 different prestiges, and for each prestige there's 2 different avatars. So yeah, there's way more prestige items than there was last season. So yeah, I think it's pretty cool. If you don't know how prestiges work, basically in the battle pass, so like this is for the season 2 battle pass, if you get to max level, which is level 60, you get an option to prestige, and what that does is it puts you back to like level 0, and then you work your way back up, and then you get to level 60 again, you prestige, go back down, yeah, so it goes like that. And what I think is really like exciting like this season is that now you don't get like just one item per prestige, now you get 2, because there's like different variations of the Pandora skin and the Lancel one. So yeah, for like level 30 you get like the different versions of the Pandora, and for level 60 you get different versions of the Lancel. Yeah, last season there was only 40 levels in the battle pass, so there's way more levels like this season, and there's like an extra prestige. So yeah, there's like, I think there's gonna be way less people get like the max like prestige 6 level 60 Lancel skin. I think there's gonna be like barely anyone who gets it. Like I probably won't even get like 2 prestiges. I'm only like level 40. I'll put screenshots of the different like prestige items on the screen now. Like I forgot to get screenshots of myself, so these aren't my screenshots. They're from like the shell. I'll put like a little iCard for their YouTube channel. They do videos as well. But yeah, because I'm using their screenshots, they're not my screenshots. It says on the thing that like the player already has the first prestige item, but I don't have it. I'm only level 40. But yeah, so they're the prestige items. I think they're all really cool. I think they do get like progressively better, although like it's sort of personal opinion, because they're so different. They're basically just a bunch of like really different versions of the same skin, and yeah, they're pretty cool. So yeah, they're the prestige items. So yeah, so I've got a few tips for sort of getting XP to get the prestige item, like or like get to the like end of the battle pass, so you can like then prestige. Um, so yeah, I don't know if like this has been in the game like before, but I've only just noticed it now. But if you say in the chat GG, like in the like after game like chat thing, you get some free XP. So yeah, that's nice. And also, I would say if you want XP, the game mode you should be playing is planets or like core wars, whatever you want to call it. Because like this season I've mostly played Kronos and I've not really got too much XP, but the past like couple days, like since the like prestige items have come out, I've played a lot of Core Wars and I've got a bunch more XP. So yeah, if you want XP, play Core Wars. So now it's time for like all of the changes to Core Wars this week. So yeah, the first thing, the new icons, like I said before. I think one of the like coolest bits, like of the icons in Core Wars, is the in the shop. I think the little icons of like the diamond stuff. I think they're pretty cool. So yeah, the next thing, tutorial text has been added at the bottom of the screen before the game starts, to sort of like give like newer players like a basic understanding of how the game works, because otherwise like they might not know. I guess I'll put the little text on the screen now in case you want to read it, but you don't really need to because it's just sort of a basic thing to like let new players know how to play. Yeah, the next thing, the perks have been rotated. So yeah, the first perk is Core Overdrive. It's one of like the original perks when Galaxite first came out in planets. But yeah, basically it just deals damage to people around your core. So yeah, the next thing is Quick Step. That's still in from like the last core rotation, but I think Quick Step is like one of like the most important like best like perks in Core Wars. So I think it's kind of a good thing that that stayed. It's probably the only one that I really get. But yeah. And then the next one is Insurance. That's like I think this is the only new one, like brand new one that hasn't been in the game before. It basically just means that when you die, your items don't downgrade. Because normally, if you've got like tier 2 armor, it'll go down to tier 1 when you respawn, and if you have like a diamond sword, it'll go down to an iron sword. So yeah, if you have insurance when you die, that won't it won't go down. So yeah, and the next thing, the last one is like knockback reduction. Yeah, that's like been I think that was one of the original ones when it first came out as well. But yeah, that's another one that's back. I'd say it's one of the better ones. It's really useful in PvP. So yeah, so the last update for Core Wars is there's a new map, Elder Springs for quads. Before there was a solo and duo version, but yeah, the quads version has just come out. So yeah, the background footage like a few minutes ago, that was like the quads map for Elder Springs. So yeah, there are all the changes for Core Wars. And prop hunt and fill gaps, no changes this week, but Galaxite has said there's going to be some quality of life updates for prop hunt and fill the gaps next week. So yeah, that's something to look forward to. There hasn't been a prop hunt update for a while, so yeah, that's exciting. So that's it for this episode of Twig. It's a bit of a longer one, but there was a lot of things to talk about, and there was like another thing I was thinking of talking about, but no, not enough time. But yeah, if you enjoyed this video, please leave a like, and also if you're not already, please subscribe. I'm getting closer to 200 subscribers, so yeah, let's see how fast we can get there. So yeah, bye.